What's up, Mail-In crew? Welcome back to another edition of the Mail-In Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Merriman. To my right, the lovely, fresh off little Las Vegas weekend, Sally deFries. Good afternoon, Sally. How are you?
Great. I'm exhausted. I said that last time.
Yeah, I'm coming off a bit of a trip myself. I did 5 days in lovely Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Where do you fly in for Steamboat?
You can
Do
either fly
into Steamboat?
You can
No.
fly into Denver and make
Okay.
about a 3.5, 4, depending on the weather, hour drive, or you can fly into Steamboat itself, which has a little regional airport, and then it's about a 25, 30-minute drive from there.
What did you do?
I flew into Steamboat.
On what
Usually,
airline?
Southwest,
Really?
but they serve everybody.
All right.
And I was expecting to pay,
An
an
astronomical
arm
amount.
and a leg to do so. It was about a $100 difference. So
we
I pulled
may
trig
do
like
Steamboat
immediately.
in the summer
It was dope.
with the children.
Huge fan, very family friendly. So
Yeah.
it would be a great idea for the kids. Really cool. So there's like a base town, right? Base village, I probably should say. A lot of bars, restaurants, houses. It's beautiful condos, beautiful, single family. A ton of stuff to do right at the base. And then about a 9-minute drive away is Steamboat, like the town.
Mm-hmm.
Cool downtown, kind of reminds me of Breck.
Yeah.
One big main strip, a lot of hat stores, a lot of coffee shops, a lot of bars, restaurants, etc. Thoroughly impressed with Steamboat Springs.
Was that your first time?
First time in Steamboat, yep.
We have friends who go every summer for
Okay.
like a few weeks, like a month.
Mhm.
They just rent a house.
Yeah.
And they asked if we wanted to go with them with the kids, and we are considering it.
I'd say hard yes. It's right on the Yampa River, I guess. So it's fly fishing,
Yeah.
rafting, whatever. A lot of mountain biking in the summer. And then obviously the skiing was fantastic. So really good food, really good drink. You can go casual Mexican, you could go upscale sushi.
Yeah.
They kind of have everything.
Fun. Okay.
Very fun.
Awesome.
Highly recommend. The shopping was cool. The prices weren't outrageous. Didn't feel like Vail. The on mountain stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
And a ton of kids, like a family. I was surprised by kids everywhere.
Yeah.
So very cool.
What did you
Steamboat
eat?
gets a it's an 8, like an 8.8 or an 8.9 out of 10
Wow.
in my opinion.
The point scale.
Yeah. Would
Okay.
love to go back.
Great.
How was Vegas?
Vegas was fun. We were there for 36 hours
Mhm.
and it
Perfect
was
amount of time.
jam packed the entire time.
Big itinerary.
And we had a great time at Fountain Blue as always.
Any good meals, like memorable meals?
Amazing meals. Last time we were at Fountain Blue, it was just opening up, so we didn't get to go to all of the restaurants. I mean, we also didn't have enough time, but
Yeah.
because there's like a bajillion restaurants in there that are all amazing. But we went to John's Prime, which was really
okay.
good. Steakhouse, like unbelievably good.
Let's go.
And then we did Ito, which is like an omakase situation.
Is that the one that's up high?
It's like very near the top.
Okay.
It might be on the top floor. I don't know. If it's not on the top floor, it's like in the
Way
top
up
few
there.
floors. That you like go into a private club first. That's where we saw Johnny Bananas. Shouts.
Shouts to JB.
You're not supposed to take pictures. We obviously took pictures right outside of the sign that says "Don't take pictures" because Johnny Bananas was there. And as a big challenge head myself, had to. Actually, Will recognized him, and I was like kind of just doing my own thing and didn't realize he was talking to him for like a couple minutes. And then all of a sudden, I like looked over and I was like, "What's happening?"
No way.
So he was there. Basically, there's this members only club that you have to walk through to get to the omakase restaurant.
Okay.
Called the Poodle Room.
Shouts.
And Johnny was up there. I think they were in town for like Pitbull or something. 'Cause Pitbull was also at the Fountain Blue.
Oh, really? Okay. Did
And
you see Pitbull?
We did not see
Oh,
Pitbull.
okay.
I think we could have gone if we really wanted to, but we were like leaving the next morning at 7 a.m.
Sure.
So probably not worth it. I mean, it would be worth it, but I would be really shattered.
You would just not go to bed.
And he had like a camera crew with him. He was like doing some sort of documentary. Supposedly it's going to be called Bananas Republic.
Come on.
I was like, that's a lie.
Did you like chop it up, or was it just like, oh my God?
No, we
super
like
fan?
chopped it up with him
Wow.
because we rode the elevator down with him.
Okay.
And you're way high up. So it took a second.
Takes a second.
We were just like,
what's up?
And I was like, dude, we got to get a picture. I turned to Will and Will was like, yeah. And then even more cool, actually. And I don't know if Will will say this or not, but the girl who was with him, his like friend, like he asked like, well, what are y'all doing here?
Yeah.
And are y'all going to put Bill? And we're like, no, we actually, because at the time we were going to the spa to take pics.
Okay.
And he's like, why? And Will explained why he was there for Sunday Scaries. And the girl goes, you're the Sunday Scaries guy?
No way.
And Will goes, yeah. And she looked at Johnny and she just goes, psh. And then like, was like, you don't know who he is? And like to Johnny. And Johnny was like, no.
Wow. What a
like,
what a gas up.
And I was like, you should follow him. Then I couldn't tell myself.
That's cool.
That was like one of the funnier celebrities. Like he's a very minor celebrity, but huge for like me, Will, and intern Klein. Like
yeah. Oh, did you send the picture to Klein?
That was an immediate text to Klein.
Oh, that's awesome.
Klein and Lexi.
Yep. Oh my God. Fun. I believe there's some Sally related content that you may see on the Sunday Scaries timeline soon from that trip.
Yeah.
Of which I've seen a bit of a sneak preview of, and whoa boy. Looked unreal.
Thanks. It was fun.
A slice of pizza in a car, perhaps. Pretty impressive.
I did my best. I had a lot of imposter syndrome. Like I don't think I was doing as good of a job as like Alex Earl could do, but we were trying. We were out there.
I think the Sally Gals
the best a 35-year-old mom can do. The
Sally Gals are going to be very pumped. I mean, the first question that we're about to do is just gassing you up.
Thanks. I'll need all the confidence I can get for this.
Real quick, I'll apologize for no episode last week, as we were going to record on Tuesday, and Austin had its one winter weather event.
I hope it's the only one.
Right. I think, knock on wood, there's nothing else in the future, but
once in a generation ice storm a la 2021.
Roads were slick, and I was leaving on Wednesday morning, so it kind of shattered our recording schedule.
Yeah.
So, my promise to y'all, this episode will be great.
Yeah.
Let's make up for that.
Obviously.
Also in Steamboat, because I don't really have an outlet to talk much about it, because I don't really do circling back. One of the nights, me, my buddy Matt, my buddy Seamus, we might have been chewing on some psychoactives, and we stayed up till 5:30 in the morning for the first time. God. I don't think I've pulled. I don't think I've pulled anywhere near that since the NFL Combine of 2017.
What time did you wake up after?
7:30.
No, that's not even going to bed.
We did 5:30, and I woke up at 7:30.
My soul so bad.
We were on the slope by like 8:30.
Oh no! The only way to do that is if you're like still on shrooms.
I felt good. Felt good enough.
Oh, that hurts me inside. Okay.
And
wow.
Yeah. So
how do you know this friend group?
This
College?
This is the ski trip we do every year. So this was our 5th year, I think. And it starts, the genesis of it is me and a couple high school hockey buddies.
Did you go on this trip in 2020?
Yes.
Before or after Breckenridge 2020?
After Breckenridge 2020.
People forget that I got a corneal abrasion in Breckenridge. And made a stop at an eye doctor on the way home to Denver.
On the way home.
So I could get my eye checked out.
One of the most, I've never ridden in a backpack of a Suburban for that long. And I was like, oh, I think I'm going to get car sick.
Honestly, that ride was like very nausea inducing. I feel like everyone was getting kind of car sick.
Everyone was feeling a little bit off. It was kind of snowing. I-70 is a tough road.
I couldn't even see out of my left eye, which if you know me, you might not know this about me. I see like probably, I would say 90% of my field of vision with my left eye.
Oh. Because
I have astigmatism and I had a lazy right eye growing up, and I was supposed to wear a patch to like strengthen my right eye, because it's not even like my right eye is like 40-20, 20-40, 20-40. That's how you say it, right? I'm 20-20 in my left eye, and 20-40 in my right eye.
I don't know which ones you invert.
Okay.
Or which ones you, what goes on.
I should know.
I just know I'm
but
20/20,
I don't know.
so.
Okay. Anyway, my right eye vision is worse, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter because even if I correct it, like my brain pathways have led me to see with my left eye.
Interesting.
So if I would have worn the patch like I was supposed to, then I would have strengthened my right eye and fixed my. So I guess if something ever happens and they, somebody gouges out my left eye, then I could like get a contact for my right eye and it like kind of make a difference.
Okay.
Like I can see you, but I like see most of my vision with my left eye.
Interesting.
So since I had a corneal abrasion in my left eye and I was driving, it was quite unsafe.
It was tough. It was tough.
And I think I was like pissed at Will because he didn't believe me.
There was something, there was an on-edge vibe to you for sure.
And then I was like, I wouldn't let him drive. Yep. And I like pulled the whole car that like I rented the car, even though like he definitely could have driven it. And I was like pissed. I was like, no, I'm driving. Mm-hmm. It was like to make a point. And then I got another corneal abrasion this year while we were in High Hampton in North Carolina because Charlie hit me in the eye with a
Charlie
sheet. Yeah, on the flight there. And Will was like, I will never forget this, Brett and Randy. Okay, we were on a Southwest flight from Houston to Greenville, South Carolina. And 2 rows ahead of us and caddy corner were some backers. I didn't know them, but they like recognized Will. We got on the plane and Will was like, they were like, hey, Will. We talked to them for a second, whatever. We've got 2 children. We sat on the tarmac for like an hour and a half because it was like during, like a hurricane was coming or
something around that, yeah.
It was during hurricane season. Anyway, I get my eye scratched out. I like can't see. I'm like, our children are screaming and Will's like, Sally, you're being really dramatic and everyone is going to judge us. And I'm sure that helped. And I like had it during my birthday. It was horrible. I had to like go get someone to go get me eye drops. Like we didn't have a car. Somebody had to leave the resort to go get it for me from some like random tiny ass pharmacy. And then Will got a corneal abrasion like a couple months later and he was like, I'm really sorry for thinking that this was fake. I was like, yeah, it's not fake. It hurts really bad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Don't get a corneal abrasion. But if you do, get tobramycin drops. It will help.
Tobermeister?
Tobramycin.
Oh, okay.
Antibiotics. Yeah.
Man.
Should we do this episode?
Let's do it. Well, first, let's hear from our friends over at Green Chef. This year, ditch the fads and create healthier eating habits that will last with real, clean foods. Green Chef makes it easy with recipes curated for a variety of lifestyles and dietary needs. With pre-made sauces and pre-portioned ingredients, there's less prep, less mess, and more time to savor delicious restaurant-quality meals. Set your health goals in motion this year, too, with Green Chef's Reset Collection, available for a limited time. Whether you're starting a weight loss journey or looking to maintain, Green Chef has you covered with a curated assortment of dietitian-approved recipes that offer fiber support, low in saturated fat, and come in at under 700 calories per serving. How about that? They can even help you keep feeling energized and curb cravings through dry January or just regular January with a special cured hydration bundle. So, love Green Chef. Always have, always will. As I always say, they give you the tools to be your own boss in the kitchen because it's not pre-packaged. It's not pre-organized. They're going to give you a box of ingredients, and it's up to you to make it happen. Now, they give you the recipes. They give you they give you the tools, but I've improved tremendously in the way how I cook, in my talent just as a chef, and honestly eating healthy because Green Chef makes it easier to do so. So, you want to hear what's on the menu this week?
I had like a bunch of ancho stuff in my last one.
Ancho tortilla soup or ancho chicken?
Ancho tortilla soup and then an ancho salmon like salad situation.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't know if it's I always joke, what's the like hatch pepper week or whatever? I don't know if it was ancho chili fest in my Green Chef box, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. I think I was like, this must be some sort of special. And I don't think it was. I just think I got lucky.
Yeah.
But it like was the perfect, we made the tortilla soup during the freeze. Mm-hmm. That was a delight.
Yep.
And then the salmon, I like making salmon, but I get real bored of salmon very quickly because I do it the same way every time. It's like who among us doesn't just like broil it with like salt and pepper with the ancho added on and then all of the like accoutrements of the salad. I was like, this is actually really nice and like something that I want to make in the future. So I kept the recipe card actually so I could remake it.
I do the same thing. I keep the recipe cards.
Yeah.
Because for me, I got a squash noodle bacon and shrimp situation.
Yeah.
unbelievably good. And that's
Yeah.
one thing that I need to do more of in 2025 is make noodles and pasta, which I love, but with like zucchini, with squash, spaghetti, like
Yeah.
whatever that may
You're
be.
trying to go like the non-noodle noodle route?
Non-noodle noodles because the squash and spaghetti, they hold flavor really well, or zucchini noodles.
And it holds its texture really well.
So you can't really tell.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's the deal. Go to greenchef.com/mail-free and use code mail-free to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. That's code mail-free at greenchef.com/mail-free to get 50% off your first box plus 2 months of salads for free. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Okay, Sally, here we go. Sally, y'all, and Brett. Thank you for that. What is your workout routine? Sally, I saw your pic over the weekend in the black polka dot top, and you looked amazing. What are you doing to work out with such a busy job, life, and family? SOS, sincerely, a listener burning the candle at both ends.
Okay.
Damn.
I need to preface this with Brett picks the questions, and I didn't just like lob myself a softball so that I can feel good about myself. Although I appreciate the question and the compliment, I guess.
You look great.
This is not what people want to hear, okay? Because I don't like when people like gatekeep shit, and I also don't like when people are like, I'm just born this way, because I am not doing either of those things. I was not born this way, but
maybe it's Maybelline.
I do need to say I ain't doing much, okay? I don't know. And I'm not claiming this to be healthy, okay? Like, honestly, in 2025, I was like, this is the year that I start working out again, because I was really, really good about working out pre-children.
Sure.
Then there have been periods, especially like right when I got pregnant, where I'm like, I'm going to be the fittest mom ever. And then I didn't, that lasted for like a week. And then I would like get into it. I got pretty back into Pilates, like postpartum with Fritz for the year between Fritz and Charlie. And I feel like I'm getting back into that moment now that it's been over a year since Charlie was born. I'm going to be straight with y'all. Number one, none of the outfits that I wore in Vegas were my own. They were all my sister's.
Okay.
So anybody who's asked me for a link, I could give it to you, but like a lot of that stuff was borrowed from Natalie. Thanks for the wardrobe. Number two, that picture specifically, I watched.
Okay.
I don't think it was a TikTok. I think it was a reel because I don't have TikTok.
Okay.
It might have been a TikTok that you could see when you could still watch TikToks without having the app of TikTok.
Okay.
This was like 6 months ago about posing.
Okay.
And how you should pose in selfies, specifically mirror selfies, or even photos taken of you, so that you look better from the angle.
Really?
Yes.
You want to spill the beans?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to gatekeep it. Basically, you turn your body. Okay. Say you're facing straight on from the camera. Okay. You turn your body 45 degrees. So to the left or right, you pick, whatever. Then so your hips are going to be facing 45 degrees from the front. Then you're going to angle your torso back to where your shoulders are maybe not back to like zero.
Parallel or perpendicular, but.
So you're twisting your waist, right? Where this is on video. Yeah. Kind of.
So you're here, then you're here.
So you're turning and then you turn your body this way, right? Okay. So you kind of like create your own waist. I mean, you create a more defined waist.
Sure.
And then what you do, this is the key with the mirror selfie, is that you have your phone and you're holding it at like your head or whatever. And then you tilt the camera down. You tilt your camera forward if you're taking a selfie in a mirror selfie. Where you're tilting the phone towards the mirror so that it's looking down on you. So it elongates you and makes you seem
little skinnier.
Little thinner.
Look at that.
So it also like whichever way so say you like tilted your body 45 degrees to the right, your left foot's going to be a little bit forward.
Okay.
You're going to put your shoulders back forward. You're going to kind of tilt your hips back. Okay. And then you're going to angle your phone down.
Boom.
Into the mirror. That's what I did.
Okay.
Do I look like an insane person while I'm doing it? Not really if you're pretty quick at it.
Right. You got to have it. Once you get it down, boom.
But it did take practice. So practice in front of your own mirror.
So, what is Sally's workout routine? Practice posing in a way that flatters you.
I'm just saying that has done me a lot of favors because when you take a picture like straight on, you're not a blob. I mean, not everyone's a blob, but you just don't look. That's why celebrities look better than we do.
They know how to do it.
They know how to do it.
Yes.
For years, I'm going to just out Lily right now. Lily would look like half of her size in photos, and we couldn't figure out what the hell she was doing. She's just hiding her body behind somebody else's. If she's standing next to Drew, she'll just put like basically one leg and like half of her torso behind Drew. So you just like, she's just like kind of poking out. And like, once we figured out what she was doing, we were like, okay, you're not allowed to stand next to me in pictures anymore. Cause she literally in a group of like 4 people will just like go edge herself behind you. And you're like,
interesting.
Damn it. Like get away. Like now I look huge and you look tiny. It's all about the angles, people.
It is.
That being said, being a working mom, I don't know, being a human at this point, like give yourself some grace. Yep. All of us look like my oldest sister, Emily, is in like her like fit girl moment right now. And she has been Pilates for like a couple years, but like she's like biohacking the shit out of everything. She's like got the Oura ring. She's counting macros. She's doing Pilates. Like she's like drinking a gallon of water. Like that's great for her. I'm so happy for her. She looks great. I'm sure she feels great. I'm not in that point in my life right now. Am I like existing on Cool Ranch Doritos? No. Kind of wish I was. But no, I'm not that unhealthy, but I'm not like, I'm not firing on all cylinders, doing a whole 30. Like there's definite room for me to improve. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, of course.
But I think it's really easy to look at someone's online presence and be like, oh my God, you look great. Like, can't believe you just had a kid, blah, blah, blah. And like not realize that like, girl, I'm wearing all black. And like, I had my arm propped with my champagne purposely in front of my lower abdomen just so you can't see it. Like there are tricks. And I'm not saying I'm not really proud of how I look right now.
Sure.
Because I do think post children is like the most I've ever been accepting of my body in general. I mean, I'm not like trying to prance around in a bikini constantly, but like I actually, for the first time in my life, post children, am like, I'll wear a bikini. I don't give a shit.
That's
like,
right.
I think having kids does that to you. It's kind of weird. It's like, it's almost the opposite of what you think, because where you're like postpartum and you like need to lose baby weight or whatever. And then you're like, I literally created a human and then birthed it. So I could give a shit what anybody thinks about me. But all that to say, I really appreciate the comment. I do personally need to be working out more, but I also think everyone needs to give themselves some, like, let's focus on the things that we like make small changes. So like my first 2025 goal was like, you literally need to drink. I used to do this all the time, like 3 liters of water a day.
Get hydrated.
And there are days where I'm really good at it, days where I absolutely fail. But I was like, I told myself I'm going to do that first before I like every year, January 1 hits. I'm like, okay, here we go. 5 workouts a week, like 1 hour each. Like I'm going to get back on the Peloton and I'm going to do Pilates. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to cook all my meals.
Right. Doing all that.
And then you just like panic.
Unsustainable when you're going from 0 to 100.
If you can't tone it,
tan it.
Pose it. Okay.
Or that.
I was trying to think of something that started with a T and I couldn't think of it, but
I'll go quick because I am not on a health journey by any means, but I'm like, okay, I should get back in groove a little bit. So that's just for me, bunch of water, skipping breakfast, doing something every day, whether that's a lift. And it's not like I'm not lifting for an hour and a half trying to get huge. I'm lifting to maintain, especially when I have a shoulder injury, so I can't play hockey right now, which was my really good cardio for you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of gone by the wayside. And so now I'm just walking a bunch or lifting each and every day, skipping breakfast and trying to eat pretty good. That's
when you say you're skipping breakfast, are you intermittent fasting?
Yeah, I try not to eat after 8 or before noon.
Okay.
That's kind of my window.
Okay. I'm just going to give a quick caveat to that. If you are a woman.
Oh, this is men things. Yeah.
I did intermittent fasting for a while. And then, there are way more podcasts you can listen to about this.
Yeah. We're not the
Huberman comes to mind.
We're
if
not
you really want to like biohack the shit out of yourself. If you're a woman of childbearing age, maybe you don't intermittent fast because it can jack with your hormones a little bit.
It's totally fair.
Just FYI. I'm going to say the one thing that has helped me lose more weight, especially baby weight, than anything, and it's not what people want to hear, is that I don't drink at all. I mean, not that I don't drink at all anymore, but I drink significantly less than I did in my 20s.
That's honestly, I think that's like probably outside of eating like McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
The quickest way to lose weight, get better, less puffier, less inflamed, is to stop or curtail drinking.
It's shocking
immediately
how I knew that in college and in my like post-grad years and was like, no, nah. And then I like do it now kind of by necessity because I just don't have the time to like binge drink. but like it does.
It is. Randy, like, how do you feel right now? You're 28 days into DJ, and what are we?
Fucking can't wait to start drinking again. That's what it is.
No, and I am not like
sober
or even doing dry January. Like I don't, I haven't done a dry. I don't even remember if I did dry January last year.
I feel like Will did. Maybe it was 23.
Will did a dry pescatarian January.
Yes,
the only reason I know that is because
I started a dry January in 2023, and then literally my sister looked at me and was like, "That's a mistake because you're gonna get pregnant soon, and you're gonna be really pissed that you were already sober." And then literally I got pregnant in January, and I think I had that realization. I was like, "We are trying to get pregnant, so I should drink before I can't." But what's funny is then like postpartum, I probably drank the most I had in years because you're just like at home, you're like, I'll have wine at 2:00. Like, it doesn't matter.
I mean, after 9 months, I'm sure it's like, well, that kind of sounds nice.
Right.
Have a glass of wine. And
now, like, we're going to finish recording. I'm going to go home and take care of my kids for 3 hours. And then I'm going to, like, get in bed and then, like, have an early bird so I can go to sleep.
Yeah. And that's what I've done, especially in this January, has been like, I don't need like a Thursday night glass of wine with dinner. I can hit a water.
Yeah.
You know?
All that to say, everybody's different. Every stage of your life is different. But watch your posing TikTok. It will make a difference in your mirror selfies.
Oh, man. All right. Next one, Sally. Go for it.
Okay, wait. I got to pull up okay, my phone's not working now. Hold on.
You want me to just rip it?
No, I got it. Okay.
Number 2.
Hey, Brett and Sally, my coworker who I've been dating for the last 6 months broke things off. I'm feeling pretty bummed, but I also understand. He told me it's because he's really depressed. He recently stopped taking his meds and doesn't feel present when we're together. He doesn't think it's fair to me. However, he did say he would like to remain friends. I'm really dreading returning to the office. He told some of our closer coworkers that we were dating, and I'm concerned that things will be awkward. We're not on the same team directly, but we work closely together, and my desk is right behind his. Any tips on how to approach this in the most civil and professional manner possible? That sucks.
Yeah, this is an easy one to overthink, but in my opinion / sort of experience, the way to do it is to get it as open as possible, that we're like, we're good, we can interact. Just the more it's like closeted as a secret, the worse off that some people know and some people don't, and are you still together? But the more you're like out in front of it, open communication with your coworkers, maybe not your like boss, but with people who know, and just be like, hey, we broke things off. Don't talk about the depression angle. Don't talk about the
right. You don't have to like spill all the secrets, but just acknowledge that it happened.
And
acknowledge your relationship and also acknowledge that you broke up.
Right. And also interact with that coworker still. You know, interact within a team. And the less weird you make it and the less awkward you make it, the less people are going to, not poke fun at it, but the less people are going to dance around it.
Right.
And just open book.
That's hard though. I mean,
it sucks.
I think that sucks from an angle of like, if you aren't over it, it's going to be kind of hard.
Fair.
But I also think at least you broke up and hopefully it was like somewhat amicable and you're like, okay, this is like needed to happen. And it's not like he cheated on you or something like really like dramatic situation where you have to like confront that. I think exactly what you said. Give your, maybe have a conversation before you go back to the office and be like, hey, hope you're doing okay. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, something like this, you're going to interact with him daily. So, like, continuing to interact with him on a personal level, like on the Sunday before, just be like, hey, like, thinking about tomorrow, like, hope you're doing okay.
Yeah,
I know you told Sarah and Kyle, like, I'm fine. I
sure.
hope you are too.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe amicable is the wrong word, but it sounds like nothing dramatic happened to lead to
Right.
a hard break or like
Right.
a total stop of communication. So this one feels not easier than most, but like more explainable than most.
Right.
Where just keep interacting, not act like nothing ever happened,
Right.
but just moving forward. You guys are both good. You're both still very much down to work together on the same projects, even if not the same team. But the more you try to hide it or act like it didn't happen or be cold, the more people are going to kind of like latch on and be like, ooh, gossipy something. And then, so I just think you're an open book about it. Communicate, be friends, be friendly, and it'll kind of just go away.
And for the other aspect of like getting over it, I think the hard part is that like you still have to maintain the interaction, because I think it's a little bit easier to like get over it when you can just cut it off. But if you
Totally.
are like comfortable enough to like maintain a friendship with him, then do it. But if it becomes a point where you're like, I can't be your friend
Mm-hmm.
and try to get over you, then just like be a coworker
Be a coworker.
and stop being a friend.
Fair.
That's fine.
Hi, Brett and Sally. Is it unusual for a mom to ask her sister
A mom to be,
a mom to be? Okay. Okay.
a pregnant woman.
Is it unusual for a mom to be, I need some hyphen there,
Yeah.
to ask her sister and friend to host a baby shower
For
for
her.
her, not third baby. Okay.
Okay. It sounds like real fast. I'm going to just,
antecedents here.
okay.
There is some.
This girl's friend, okay, is pregnant.
Correct.
And the pregnant friend asked her, the question asker, and her sister
To host a baby shower.
to host a baby shower. It's going to be the third baby shower
For-
for this baby, which is her pregnant friend's first baby.
Yes. And she says, however, the mom-to-be wants to have a say in everything. Okay. For example, she wants the event at a venue, balloon arches, props, tiered cakes, custom cookies, tablescapes, the whole shebang. Think wedding, but it's a baby shower. Would not be a big deal at all. However, there are only 2 hosts. I've been a part of other showers, and the mom-to-be typically doesn't have this much input or requests. Am I crazy for wanting to back out of this? I'm on a tight budget. I've told the mom-to-be multiple times to add. The mom-to-be already sent out invitations, but left off myself and her sister as hosts, which feels rude.
Wait,
Okay.
A question about, you said this is the third baby shower for this baby?
For the first
Correct.
baby.
So this already had 2 baby showers.
Right.
And this is the third one.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Okay. First of all, can I just say, why are we referring to the friend who's pregnant as mom to be instead of like my best friend?
Yeah, my friend. That
My
tripped
best
me
friend,
up,
Sarah.
obviously.
Because here's my question. How close are you with this girl? Number one, she asked her sister and you to host it. So I would assume that's like best friend territory.
Right.
It sounds like she's kind of being a bitch, no offense.
A
to
mom-to-be-zilla.
A mom-to-be-zilla. And it's like weird. Okay, all that aside, the question asker, the caller, the writer, has clearly already made up her mind about this. She doesn't want to
Doesn't want to do it.
And if you're looking for validation, I agree with you, right? In general, like societal expectations for baby showers, most people have 1,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2. Okay. Because sometimes if you're from like, say, I had mine during COVID, like, I mean, kind of COVID-ish. It was 2021, but like hosted by my mom's friends.
Okay.
It's very common for like your mom's friends to host one, or maybe your girlfriends, or like your sisters and your mom, or whatever. My mom's friends asked to host it because my mom's group of friends, like her best friends, all host each other's like kids' wedding showers. And since Will and I, the way we got married, we didn't have a wedding shower. So they're like, oh, we're going to throw Sally a baby shower. And I was like, fine, that's fine. My friends also offered to host. And I was like, please don't. If y'all want to like go in on a nice gift together, great, do that. Sounds great.
Sure.
Is what I like said. So all my girlfriends who would have hosted me a shower gave me a stroller, which was very, very kind.
Awesome.
And like, honestly, they probably preferred it because they didn't have to like deal with whatever. Okay. All that being said, it's not out of the norm to have like two, especially if like it would like if it wouldn't have been COVID-ish times, and I could imagine like going back to Michigan and like having one there. You know what I'm saying? For like Will's sake. That's like a little over the top. I think one is plenty, but it's not unheard of for like multiple people to host because maybe your mom's friends want to host one, and maybe your college girlfriends want to host one, or whatever.
Totally.
Third one, maybe
we're in a different territory there.
Sounds a little aggressive. I will also say with subsequent children, for the most part, most of my friends have not had full-blown baby showers again.
Sure.
We've done what's called a baby sprinkle, where you like have a little like cute luncheon and maybe everyone like brings like a cute little gift, but like you're not looking for all new shit. Now, my friend who had a kid and then went through fertility stuff and just had another kid like 6 years apart, we threw her a full-blown baby shower again.
Love that.
Because we were like, you got rid of all this stuff. We got to get you.
The hand-me-downs don't work
changed in like 6 years. We got to get you all new stuff. That's just some societal, just so you have context, you two. This sounds a little overbearing.
Yeah, I mean the eventification period of babies and weddings and everything has gotten crazy. The industry has blown up completely. The balloon arches, the cakes for 19 different things.
And I'm not gonna.
Oh, and because we all attend them, so we want like, hey, I want it for me.
And I'm not going to shame someone for wanting to celebrate their pregnancy.
Not at all.
Or their wedding. Like I know that I normally come off as like the wedding showers are stupid and so are baby showers. That's not. People deserve to celebrate, and you're totally right. You have been there for everyone else's, so you're like, my freaking turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if somebody, okay, first of all, I think if you are a pregnant person, you should wait until somebody offers to host. Like, hey, I would love to host you a baby shower. If no one does that, and you're kind of like, I kind of want to have a baby shower, then I would go to your mom and your mother-in-law or like a sister and be like, hey, I like want to have a baby shower, like want to celebrate this baby. Mm-hmm. Would you mind hosting? Like whatever. I think that's like a nice way to do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anyway, it sounds like she wants to control things. That's fine. I think you go to the friend, the mom-to-be, and say like, hey, this is getting a lot of control. Like, I'm happy to play host, but it sounds like there's a lot of things that you want specifically that are outside of my budget.
I was gonna say, does the host tend to like foot the bill?
Yes. Normally the hosts foot the bill and buy a gift together.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like an expensive, I mean, we're talking a few $100s usually. Because normally, at least mine, there were like 8 hosts.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, hostesses.
Hosted by the Friends of Sally or hosted by Mama deFries.
And also there's like 8 people. So it's like, I mean, but also my baby shower was at my sister's house. And we like had, it wasn't like over the top.
Sense.
Like,
why not have it at somebody's house?
We've also, I just hosted a baby shower last summer.
Okay.
And it was like, or last fall. And it was like, okay, there was 10 of us hosting it. And we like priced out, like, should we have it at a venue and make it easier so we don't have to like clean up someone's house, or we can have it at somebody's house? We're all like, here's what we're willing to spend. Okay. And we all probably spent a few $100s, but everyone was very upfront of like, this is what we're willing to spend.
That's our budget.
Plus a gift. Here we go.
Yeah.
If it's just the two of you, I would either talk to the sister first or then talk to the mom-to-be. Like, again, it sounds like if you're the only host with the sister, like you're probably one of her really close friends. If you're not one of her really close friends, then you should probably run. But if you are and you like know her sister, be like, hey, like, I really want to give Melissa everything she wants, but like this is a little over my budget. Like, I don't know how much everyone's willing to contribute. And then I would go to the friend and be like, it seems like you want a lot of stuff. Like, I'm happy to play the host in name, but like, I can't afford this.
Yeah. Like maybe
and I really apologize, but like I can't afford this. And then just let her be crazy. If you say I can't afford it,
and she gets mad at you, then
like no one's gonna come after you for that. I mean, it's a little different. You're like, you're being a crazy bitch, and this is aggressive. And chill out. This is your third baby shower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
This gives me pause though, because it's a little confusing. Like I can't tell how close they are.
I can't believe like
the friend is.
What's
clearly
going on with the third shower?
It's clear that the friend who wrote in is like quite annoyed of her pregnant friend.
No doubt, absolutely.
I don't know.
I want to know the
I
sister's
think this makes you kind of like rethink a little bit of your friendship. And I'm not, again, your friend deserves to be celebrated, but like maybe you just like take her out and give her a gift. You're like, let's meet for tea.
To me, it sounds like mom-to-be is getting maybe a shower done by her mom, a shower done by an aunt, and those aren't giving her the Instagrammable like baby shower scene.
Yeah.
They're maybe at somebody's house, maybe in somebody's backyard. And now she's like, I want to have the look that I'm not going to have for the first two. So now it's on my best friend and my sister to give me like the cool, shower, so to speak.
I wish I feel this way about birthdays, like your 40th birthday or your wedding shower or your baby shower, your engagement party. Like if you want to have that much say, like just plan it. It's fine.
Host it. Plan it. Host it.
Have your own birthday party.
Yeah. Yes.
Honestly, at this age, we've answered these questions before. Like it's one thing for your significant other to like host you a birthday party, or maybe your best friend to text all your other college friends and be like, hey, it's Sally's birthday this week. Do y'all want to do anything? But like if you want your birthday to be celebrated, just fucking plan your own party.
Do it.
Plan your own party. Stop waiting
hey.
for everyone to decide, oh, like we all need to go to this Italian restaurant for Sally's birthday. Because guess what? No one gives a shit about your birthday but you. They all have their own birthdays to worry about. Like other people have shit going on in their lives.
Follow the Brett Merriman. I love hosting parties. I plan them. I do them. I buy 99% of the shit, 95. And that's Randy's been.
You're not a 5-year-old, okay? Like we don't need to. Like, I don't need to plan a whole freaking birthday party for my friend at wherever because we don't want her to do it. Like, we'll just go to dinner. Let her plan the dinner. We'll pay for her dinner. Like,
boom.
People.
Make things happen yourself. Be the change you wish to see in the birthday party planning.
Sorry, I got off topic there, but people got to start planning their own birthday parties.
Yes. Yeah, if you do plan your own birthday party, though, like expect if you ask your friend to help set them up, that they might be 3-4 hours late because they never
potentially. Maybe you have a Christmas party and or clam bake and or Halloween party that. You know, maybe
assume that
maybe your boy would happen to come over and help out a little bit with the prep and a little bit with the decor and
just says, "Hey, come over at noon." And I said, "I never even said I would come out."
This is hypothetical. This is
completely hypothetical.
No, the only help you can count on is your own parents when they're the grandparents to your kid at a birthday party, and you can't even count on that because you gotta literally be like, "Are you showing up at 10 with the ice?" Like that's what you do. Like Will's parents were there for Charlie's birthday party. So they were like forced to help against their will because they were staying at our house. But like my mom the day before, I'm like, I need this, this, and this, and this. You coming with it or we good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just plan your own party.
Plan your own party.
That's what I did for my 30th. That's what Brett did for his 30th.
Yeah, and 29.
I mean, I will plan Will's 40th birthday extravaganza. And only because I want him.
Yeah, but you like that stuff.
I like to do it. And also I want him to feel indebted to me. You know what I'm saying?
Love
like
that.
I want him to be like my beautiful, smart, amazing, hot wife. Plan this whole party for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also because it's on January 2nd and no one cares. So like I
got you.
We'll do it in December when it's like still festive.
That's right. Let's go to Sayulita.
I think we're actually going to go to Blackberry.
Oh. Playoffs. Talking about playoffs? You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning the playoffs. Everybody knows that. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. If you want to place your first bet, try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Obviously, the Super Bowl is coming up, Sal. Chiefs, Eagles.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I could care less about this Super Bowl, and the only reason I'll be paying attention is because I'll be betting on DraftKings.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
the only reason I'm going to watch this game.
You can get
at least
Mahomes.
if you hate the teams like I do, at least you can make it interesting for yourself and have some fun watching.
That's what I'm going to do too. You can bet on Mahomes over under 1.5 touchdowns. You got Jalen Hurts over under rushing yards, maybe passing yards.
Are they going to
Saquon
is there an
Barkley
over under of how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift?
I'm sure.
I bet there
will be.
is.
And I'm sure DraftKings can help you out in that. So new DraftKings customers can bet $5 to instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Here's how you do it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WASHED. That's code WASHED for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. You want to read the next one?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I've been dating my boyfriend for 4.5 months, and we still have not had sex. I feel like we should have by now, and I want to, but he says he does. However, when opportunities arise, he always has an excuse not to. Some being that he drank too much, he doesn't have a condom, he's tired, etc. He says he is attracted to me and wants to, but never does. It makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. We've met each other's families, celebrated birthdays with each other, so it's not like he doesn't see this going anywhere, but I can't help but feel weird about this.
So, initially, if there's a religious stipulation, totally get it. If there's an institutional something going on, you got to know about it, but get it. Second part of this is what is going on.
This is an immediate breakup for me. And I say that as someone who I'm not going to divulge much about my sex life, but
Sure.
I think this is if this is what you're planning on 4.5 months in, like you have got to have a reason why.
Have to have a conversation because I'm wondering, like,
and it's
are
even
they
more
getting to third base
right.
and cutting it off? Are we not?
Are we not hooking up at all?
Where's the physicality?
Like, is there
physicality? Is there DFMOs? Dance floor makeout for those wondering.
Fuck, I love a dance floor makeout.
Who doesn't love a dance floor makeout?
A mosting situation.
You can most. Where are we? Where are we getting to on the baseball field? Need to know.
Yeah. Here's my thing. As someone who grew up in like a very religious upbringing, and for years and years of my life was like never gonna have sex before marriage. Mm-hmm. I if that's your stance, great. If you have a history of sexual abuse and you aren't very comfortable with partners for a long time, if you like are being celibate for XYZ, all of that is fine. All of that is your own prerogative. But if you've said, no, I like really am attracted to you and I want to have sex with you, but then like when push comes to shove, it doesn't happen. That
no
to
pushing
me,
and no shoving.
Right. Like I think you're dating someone, like sex is either happening or it's a conversation that needs to be had as to why it's not happening.
Yeah.
And I say that in a sense of like, I want everyone to feel really secure about if you're having sex, great. If you're not having sex, that's fine too. But if you're not on the same page about it, this ain't gonna work.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
I don't want to speak for all men here, but I'll speak for the majority of men here. If he's still dating you and like you want to have sex with him, it's something on him, not you.
Right.
Like there's something going on with him. So I think you have to have the conversations. Maybe he's insecure about something. It's not on you.
Maybe he has an STD he's not willing to talk about yet.
Maybe he has a micro penis. I don't know.
Could have a micro penis. That's why I'm wondering, have
you seen the penis yet?
Yeah.
Are there base hits? Are we going for two or what's?
I think the reason this is concerning to me is because it's not going to get better, right? Like you're at the beginning where you're like the horniest for each other.
Right. And
Like
as time goes on, it's
like this is like shit that like you go through way later in a relationship where like one person's like, again, this could be like he's depressed and he's on antidepressants and he doesn't want to have sex because he like can't get it up because the antidepressants cause that.
Maybe he's waiting for marriage. Maybe he is waiting. Maybe he's like in his mind, he's like, I want to, but I want to make sure you're the one because I treat my sexual, promiscuity take it seriously because I like to keep this number at only people that I'm really whatever it may be, just has to be communicated.
This is my issue though with that is that I feel like people who are doing that are normally incredibly upfront about it.
Totally.
Like, right? Like
totally. Yeah.
I feel like having been one of those people myself, like being like, this is off the table for us because of XYZ.
100%.
And the way she phrased the question was like that he's like, no, it's on the table. And then like it's happening.
That's where
we got like lights off and shirt coming off. And then it's like, oh no.
Right. That's where it gets weird
like,
for me. I want to, and the but isn't some big, relationship conversation. It's but I'm tired.
Right.
But I'm drunk and whatever it may be, the buts don't have. Imagine being like, oh, I don't have a condom. Sorry, I can't.
I mean that's just healthy sex.
No. That came out horribly wrong. Imagine like I want to, but I don't have a condom, so we can't even do this other thing. You know what I mean?
Let's not discourage people from
saying. Right. If you want to just cut that out. That was not what I. That's not how I meant. That's not how I meant.
What I'm gonna say, I agree with you. Yeah. I think like some of the excuses are dumb. It is worth having a conversation. I'm gonna go exactly off what Randy said is. When you have a conversation with him, do not take it personally because it's clearly something having to do with him and not you.
Agreed.
If it truly is that he's not attracted to you, that would take some like real psychopath shit to like stay with you and date you and not want to have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and you don't want to be around that person. So if that's really the case, let's run away as fast as possible and never speak to that person again.
Which I highly doubt it is.
But I don't think that that's the case. So when you have a conversation, make sure you're sober. Make sure it's not after you've had a failed attempt at sex. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't wait until you go to dinner. You've had 2 glasses of wine, then you try to have sex, and then he pushes your hand away, and he's like, I'm full. Because that's when emotions are really going to rise, and then the conversation is going to go off the rails.
Yep.
Have it at a time when you're with each other, you feel secure, and you can say like, hey, I just want to talk to you about something. Like, I want to have sex with you. It feels like you're putting it off. It makes me feel insecure, but I don't know what's wrong. So
I was going to say,
give me some insight.
Come at it from a curiosity, like exploratory versus a pressure. Like,
and
why
you can
aren't we?
say it makes me feel insecure.
Sure. Yeah.
But don't make it all like, are you not attracted to me? Like,
yeah.
Give him like it makes me sad. I want to be I want to be intimate with you. It makes me feel this way. Say how you feel, but then say like,
talk to me.
What's going on?
Hit me.
And if
and be like okay with like the answer because just be like, I'm not going to break up with you if you say something ridiculous. Like if
I mean, just make him feel safe and open. And then if he, in my opinion, if he's like can't give you an answer, I think if sex is something you want in a partner, this is a breakup situation for me. Because why stick around and wait and see if it gets better?
Because it doesn't. I mean, 4.5 months, like this is not a weekend. This is a big deal. Yeah.
It's not gonna. And if there is a reason, great. Like work through that reason or agree with that reason or whatever it may be. But like at least let him give you the option to tell you that. But it's giving me weird vibes that he seems like he's open to it and then giving.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Which makes me think that there's like something he's insecure about or is dealing with. And he's not verbalizing it versus like, I do feel like the people who are celibate are like,
they're upfront.
Virgins till marriage or whatever are usually pretty upfront about it.
Agreed.
So get to the bottom of it, but do it before you try to have sex again and not like after the fact when you're like crying after like dressing up in lingerie and then like having no,
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do
Yeah.
that. Let's talk to our friends from Canada, shall we, Sally?
Yeah. Is this me or you?
I think it's you. Well, it's me.
No,
No,
it's
you're
you.
right. You're right. You're right. Hey, Sally, Brett. Love the pod all the way from Canada. Hey there. Wonder what part of Canada they're from.
Probably like
A couple of buddies up there.
Banff.
Saskatoon way, maybe Banff.
Vancouver, right next door.
Right next door to Banff. Maybe Ontario. Shouts to Toronto. Anyway, my husband and I are coming to Texas. Woo. The purpose of this trip is to visit some friends who live in the Austin area, but we are thinking of flying to Houston or Dallas first. Which do you recommend? We would be spending a couple nights there, but we really liked the idea of staying a few nights in a small town at a nice, relaxing, and quiet Airbnb where we can get some outdoor time, visit some cool shops, and just rest and relax. Any recommendations, we are all ears. By the way, we are planning to visit at the end of March.
Okay. Solid choice on March, by the way.
Yep, great choice.
Especially
Not too hot,
End
not
of
too
March, you're looking at possible wildflowers.
Yes. And South by Southwest will be done by
South
that
by
point.
Southwest will be
cold.
done.
Yeah.
And it's usually March is like low key Texas' best month, I think.
I say
would agree
April,
with that.
May, but like the only reason I say not March is because of South by.
Yeah,
Sure,
but like
sure,
you're
sure.
hitting
To
like
visit.
prime patio weather. We're like in the 70s.
It's gonna be 70s,
There's
low
a buzz in
80s.
the air.
Yeah.
People are happy.
Not super humid yet.
We haven't like lost our minds yet.
Grass
Okay.
is green, not brown.
I'm going to assume they're trying to fly into Dallas or Houston because of the main airport situation.
Fair.
Don't you think?
That would make sense. Yeah.
What city are you riding for here?
Fredericksburg,
That's what I was thinking. But I never been.
Fredericksburg. But I would say
So here's my question: do they want to go Dallas, Houston, and then a small town?
that's kind of what I'm wondering if they're trying to be like, let's go to Houston or Dallas, find something outdoorsy near there, and then come to Austin. Which to that I would say these are two fucking enormous cities
right.
that getting out of there means sort of getting away from the what Dallas and Houston we would be recommending. Like Houston's food scene, unbelievable.
Right.
Dallas has a really cool park scene and arts district and cool bars and bungalowy vibes some places and a little more corporate. Houston's food, like I said, unbelievable. You can get steak, Mexican, Asian, wherever and I would ride for Houston's food all day, every day. But it sounds like they want to get a more of like an outdoorsy Texas experience.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like they're really looking for what's the best town in between Dallas and Austin or Houston and Austin. That's like
So here's my
halfway.
my suggestion.
Okay.
I agree on Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
If you are going to spend a couple days and want to be like in a little like in the wilderness and the wildflowers, getting, going to cute little boutiques, etc. Fredericksburg is a great option, or places around Fredericksburg. Wimberley is another great one. Those are all outside of Austin. So you could feasibly, if it's like not a total pain in the ass, fly into Austin or San Antonio and go out to Fredericksburg for a few days.
Agreed.
Because depending on where they're coming from Canada, the flights shouldn't be that much worse to get to Austin. Now,
Right.
if you're trying to go because you can like get into Bush or DFW way easier, then my suggestion is always going to be Houston, because no offense to Dallas people, Houston's a better city.
Ooh.
I don't care if you come after me. Houston has exactly what you said. It's okay. Dallas is prettier to look at. That is like 1,000% true. Houston
Yep.
is all strip malls, but Houston has some of the most insane food. It is one of the top food cities for sure in the United States, but I would even put it up there globally. Like they have great food. And I'm talking like you can go to straight up hole in the walls and get amazing like Thai, Vietnamese, Mexican, like
Totally agree.
there's just the scene there is so insane. They have a really cool museum district. You just have some really cool parts of Houston that I think Houston gets overlooked because it's like kind of a port, and also people from Houston are just like more low key and they don't advertise it like Dallas does.
Correct. Would agree.
Which is why I would say that my Houston homies, I got you. They just
H-Town.
I do love Houston.
And like Memorial Park's cool. It's a huge park, outdoorsy
The Houston
enough.
Museum District is very cool. Like they've got some awesome museums. Food unparalleled. Like it's March, so like are any sports happening? Probably not.
In March?
Baseball?
I mean, March Madness. Baseball's just starting.
Go to an Astros game. You know, I don't know.
I still think you fly to Austin and go to Fredericksburg if you're looking for that small
But here's what I'm telling you. On the way from Houston to to Austin, stop at Round Top.
Oh, yeah. You do
Round Top, I think we don't give enough attention to Round Top because we have Fredericksburg so close by. And Round Top is arguably not that much farther than Fredericksburg, but people's comfort zone is in Fredericksburg.
Fair.
Round Top, to me, is what Fredericksburg was years ago, where it's like still pretty undiscovered. It's very very Texas. I think for those of you who don't know, Round Top is a city between Houston and Austin that has this insane arts and antique scene.
That's right.
And they do Round Top weekends. Actually, there might be one in March, and I don't know when it is, but usually it's like twice a year. It's like their market, and all of these vendors show up. There's really, really cool antiques, really awesome art. And then because that itself has blown up in the past few years, you've got awesome restaurants out there that are like either pop-ups for the month of, and I think that it would be in March because I think that it's normally March and October, if I am correct in that.
Okay.
And you have, it's like you could get a cool Airbnb that are like very well done. There's nature around you. You've got wildflowers. You've got cool restaurants. You've got really cool antiques. Because even if the market's not going on, like the big Round Top weekend, there's still a bunch of really cool boutiques around.
Sure.
And I would say it is less overrun with tourists than Fredericksburg is.
That's fair.
Because at Fredericksburg, you're going to see like a bachelorette party, and like Fredericksburg is still really cool, but I think Round Top is a little bit more niche. Also, you're forgetting that if they're coming in late March, there is a chance they could go to the Houston Rodeo, baby.
Oh, hey now.
Also phenomenal. So
also the Austin Rodeo.
The Austin Rodeo actually is probably when they're actually coming, because I think the Houston Rodeo starts at the end of February and probably goes to like mid to late March.
Yep. I
would say like right when March Madness is ending or starting, I mean. So if you're late March, like almost April, you're probably going to miss the rodeo. But the Austin Rodeo is here, which is also fun. We're going to Fort Worth Rodeo this week.
Yeehaw. Yeah, I'd say, look, if you're going to go the Houston route, which is closer to Austin than Dallas would be, you look, like you said, Round Top, you know, even like a Columbus or Giddings, like in that kind of in-between area, there's going to be cool Airbnbs on ranches and whatnot. Or I would look west of Austin. Or
you could go also, if you go to Round Top, you can also stop at the Bluebell Factory, which is also very tight.
Very cool. I would look west of Austin personally if you want that Texas ranchy Airbnb quiet country vibe. And you're looking at Dripping Springs, you're looking at Johnson City, Lukenbach, Fredericksburg.
I would do Wimberley too. Wimberley's got some really cool spots.
Llano, like out there, you're going to get hill country, which I think is some of the prettiest stuff in the world. A little more elevation change.
Yeah.
And awesome Airbnb situation. So that is my official recommendation is west of Austin. Sally likes between Austin and Houston. We both like Houston for the food scene. Dallas, maybe a little prettier.
Round Top, you're basically going to take 290 from Houston because it's between Giddings and LaGrange.
Easy drive.
But the most important thing, which I'm sure you already know since you were planning this out, stop at a Buc-ee's. Stop at a Buc-ee's.
Stop at a Buc-ee's for sure. And then obviously come to Matt's El Rancho.
There you go. That's going to do it for us today.
Yeah.
Good episode. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Randy. Please subscribe, rate 5 stars, review, and tell a friend about the show. Hit the hotline number 888-362-6245. I do have voicemails in there that I need to go through. I will, I promise. You can write in to the show at the link in the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast. In the description of this episode, there will be a link to write in, all anonymous. Give us your situations, your questions, your hypotheticals. And we will happily answer them for you. Sally, where can the folks find you?
Sally deFries on Instagram.
I am Brett Merriman at Schmerriman on Instagram and Twitter. Still chilling there. Randy, where are you at, Randy?
I'm at Rain Trebacki on Instagram and TikTok still around.
Randy's looking to go viral.
Do I need to get a TikTok? Am I even allowed to get a TikTok
I don't know.
anymore?
If you don't have it downloaded on your phone, you can't download it.
You can't download it anymore?
Yeah. Really?
Damn it.
apparently.
That was
I
bad.
just finished like
You
one of
can't
those
download
like
it.
book talk books. I'm talking about Onyx Storm. Hit me up in my DMs.
That
if
is
you
what?
want.
Okay,
Is that
time
the
out.
fourth wing,
Real
like the
quick,
most
what
recent
is? I was in an airport on Wednesday and Monday. Every single girl that was reading a book was reading Onyx Storm.
Okay. We should have talked about this in the beginning, but we'll just do this as a
100%.
little outro.
Yeah.
Fourth Wing, which was the original book.
Is that Akatar?
No.
No, different.
Two different
smut.
series,
Okay.
but it's a romantasy series.
Just dragon smut.
Romantic.
This
the
is
dragon one.
humans plus dragons.
We did talk about this.
They're
Okay.
not having sex with dragons.
They're riding dragons,
They're
but
riding
not in a
dragons
sexual way.
and not in a sexual way.
Okay.
Fourth Wing was released in probably 21 or 22. I don't remember. Became a book talk sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Flame came out 23. So
Okay.
maybe Fourth Wing was 22. Iron Flame came out 23. She just released Onyx Storm. So it's the third of 5.
Okay. And have these become movies yet, or are they just sitting? Are they
It's
sitting
supposedly
on-
going to be an Amazon series.
Okay.
I think, but I don't know when 4 and 5 are going to be released. She already has the ending scripted. Like she knows how it's supposed to end. So we're not looking at a George R. R. Martin situation here. Like
Got it.
she knows what's going to happen.
Okay.
I am worried about them creating the series if she hasn't written the books yet, because they obviously can't end it before she writes the book.
They don't want to go
because she knows what she's
They
going
don't
to
want
do.
to pull a Game of Thrones.
So there's a chance that I think I do know that I think Amazon has the rights to it.
Okay.
But they haven't started any production on it yet. It's huge. It's like everyone is talking about it. Maybe it's just me and my friends because the main male character,
Mm-hmm.
Zayden.
Zayden?
Oh my
Oh
god.
God.
Oh, I hate it.
is smoking hot
How do you know that? Is it just
because
in your
I've
mind?
seen AI renderings of what he would
Yeah.
look at.
It's called fan art, Brett. Get it right. I'm
Oh
on a completely
my
different side of
Lord.
book talk.
Okay, here's the thing though. I do think if you are, I think we talked about this for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fantasy girl, although I have gotten into romantasy as of like the last few months.
Okay.
But if you are like just a casual book reader and you like want the like fast paced action, this is a good book for that, because there are romantic aspects to it, but there's also like good plot and world building that's not like so over your head, because I think fantasy turns most people off because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like this creature and this kingdom and da da da. Like this,
It's a lot of mental
this
imagination.
takes. This is humans, and it takes place on like a continent that's like some unnamed. You don't know. It's obviously not our world, but it's like
close enough that it's easy to build. in your brain.
and you can like make sense of what's going on.
Okay.
I think is a good beginner jumping point for people who might be open to reading fantasy.
Got it. Okay.
And then just my number one book boyfriend of all time,
Zayden.
Zayden,
Oh my.
with an X though.
Zayden.
Zaddy.
Oh. I didn't know it could get worse.
So
but
whoever
it's
gets
an X.
to play Zayden in the series.
And
is
let
gonna
me just
be-
say, the two people that they are asking, or they like that are rumored to play Zayden, and Violet is the main female character's name, are people that I do not approve of because they look nothing like the AI renderings.
Oh,
I
man.
think I
Okay.
also picture like every male main character in my eyes is like some version of Henry Cavill. It's just
yeah,
like,
that's like the classic, traditionally handsome,
yeah,
tall, dark, and like that's kind of the vibe.
yeah.
All right.
Back in the day, it used to be Fabio. Now it's Henry Cavill.
And now it's
Shouts
Henry
to,
Cavill.
shouts to Zayden. Zayden, if you're
Guys,
listening.
I'm gonna make you read it, and then we're gonna like just do an offshoot mail-in Fourth Wing podcast.
Fourth Wing is on my maybe list.
Wow.
Randy, I think you would love it, and I'm lobbying for Will to read it.
We'll see.
The girl whose boyfriend's not having sex with her, make him read it, and then you'll want to bone each other.
That'll do
There
it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.